All right, what's up, everyone? My name is Michael Mercer. I'm the owner here at Canton Barbell, and I'm here with my assistant coach, Waleed Bardawil. And we're just putting out a little video series here. We decided it would be a good idea maybe to start doing a little more communication this style. So main reasons we want to start doing this video, number one, is to engage with more people outside of just those that walk through our doors. So, we get our clients, our athletes, but we want to start being able to engage with maybe some people who are on kind of around the fringe of getting into a workout program, maybe people that work out at home or do, some other variations, but that we can engage and help from that aspect. So, number one, to engage with more people, and number two, to actually communicate with our current clients and athletes a little more. So, I know Coach knows that people are, always running fast. They're in the door, out the door, and sometimes we're really pushing just to get that work in. So, figure this would be a good platform just to kind of put out more information that we would like to discuss, even with our current clients that we don't always get the time to sit down and really discuss while they're in our building here. So anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, this is a great education piece for current and hopefully prospective clients. Get to know us a little bit, get to know what we believe in, and eventually get to a point where we're answering questions and becoming more engaged with you guys.
Cool. And Coach, why don't you tell them a little bit about, because you mentioned the educational piece, so tell them a little bit extra about your background that I think is a great asset to us here, and I kind of want to dive into how we relate that to our training philosophy.
Yeah, I've always, whether it's worked out or as I started coaching football in 2003, got into the team sport training piece of it, was really where I started a training football team, and eventually at the school I was at, Mentor High School up in the Cleveland area, working with other sports, and eventually ended up being a manager and head trainer at a gym up there. So really most of my experience is, with youth and high school athletes and even college athletes. And so that's most of my experience, and in sports all across high school and middle school, and even younger kids. So,
and talk a little bit about what else you're doing now recently with your educational background.
So I am an intervention specialist. I just get my master's in that to become a teacher, intervention specialist at Canton McKinley and at the Freshman Academy. So doing that during the day, and I'm here in the evening and on the weekends, and helping to obviously build this brand at Canton Barbell.
Cool. So that's what I really wanted to kind of get with you is that point, because what I think is so valuable about that educational piece, especially with you specifically having that tied to your name, is that I know and then I know you do as well, view strength coaching and training as an educational field. All right, because of course, it's a science field and it's a biology field, but I like to think of it as educational, especially with our younger athletes, kind of teaching about why we do what we do, why it's important for your sport in the long term. The educating aspect of it, I think, is so often missing. It kind of gets lost in the rah-rah and cheerleading of the field, but truly educating and helping not just athletes, but people become more independent in what they do in the gym, kind of understand, why do I do that? One thing I like more than anything, as much as seeing results, is when, I see someone able to, whether they're doing a squat or a bench and they do an imperfect rep, but they can kind of self-correct instead of me, every time saying, fix this, tighten this. You hear people kind of almost talk to themselves and absorb the information and become independent in those aspects. And even though it's kind of our job to sit there and correct and coach, there's always stuff we can do, always little things we can look at. But when you start to see athletes kind of learn what they're trying and almost coaching themselves, I think it's very rewarding. And so that's a big aspect that we like to emphasize here, is that we are not just, helping people lift more pounds, lose pounds, put on the muscle, but actually becoming a more efficient lifter and kind of more of a self-motivator.
Yeah, we're teaching. I mean, that's what coaching is, and teaching. And for example, we have McKinley baseball right now. We have 14, 15 kids right now, and then this is their 4th week, and you're already hearing kids coach each other up. And you're, from a young athlete standpoint, what's his, obviously skill and strength and all that's important, but leadership is not only important, from a team standpoint, but eventually you're gonna be a leader of potentially a business or your family as a father or mother. So we're here to teach.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that you mentioned that. But yeah, some of our guys are already in here, kind of echoing things we've put out there, in their intro here. And what's interesting is that we have a good relationship with coaches, but what we do is specifically strength. And so what they do, I can't teach specific skills of baseball, but a lot of the kids that come in here, you can tell, they've said, yeah, we've lifted, in a weight room here, yeah, we have lifting experience, but they come in here and some of the stuff is brand new. So there's so much to this field, that just, you can never learn it all in a lifetime. But, watching kids that have an experience with lifting and then come in here and really break it down, some of the specifics, it kind of shows that, even after weeks, years of working with an athlete, there's challenges to making them better. So when we get a brand new group of kids in here, and there's all this stuff to work on, it's exciting and rewarding, but also goes to show how important good strength coaching can be, right? Because I can't tell you, I'm sure you've done this before too, is when I'll have a kid walk in here and say, yeah, I've squatted 250 at high school, and then you put 135 on their back, and they look like an accordion. And so it's a little concerning, if anything, but it does go to show where the educational piece of the field lies in when it comes to dealing with so many different kids with so many different limitations, so many different strengths and weaknesses. Anything to add to that?
No, it's exciting to see kids develop. We have a good amount of that group, that McKinley baseball team is sophomores. So we're thinking big picture with these kids, and eventually when they're juniors and seniors, they're going to be the ones helping to lead, not only on the field, but here at Canton Barbell. So it's exciting.
Cool deal. So what I would say is this first video, we don't want to make it too long or anything. There's no specific topic. We wanted to give a quick intro. Our goal going forward is to come up, in a matter of weeks, months, maybe getting on a schedule of weekly or bi-weekly with videos, but start to put these out, dive into a little more specific topics about whether it be training, coaching, nutrition, or anything, that we can speak to. Hopefully we'll be able to put out some information, talk to more people, and connect with some of you guys. A couple things we have going on right now before closing off here. Number one, you want to talk about your youth groups?
Yeah, so we had a youth speed and strength camp that we did here in the summer for 10 weeks. We had a good group of 25 kids, ranging from 5th to 8th grade, and really wanted to kick off in doing that, kick off the youth speed and strength groups that we want to implement, this fall / winter, having 3 days a week, that 5th to 8th grade group could come in and, learn movement and strength and all the basics of being in a weight room and how to move for their sport efficiently. So, we're looking to kick that off here soon, Tuesday, Thursdays at 6 o'clock, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. We have fall sports ending now here coming up, so expecting an influx of kids, and excited about that. So,
yeah, awesome. Great camp back in the summer. We look forward to seeing some of the old faces and some new ones. On top of that, only other new thing right now is any type of kind of independent home gym type person. We have our hybrid model and our remote models online. So if you want to hear about our online training, whether it be, if you're a big box gym member, and you want to be a little more independent, a little more kind of on your own schedule, a little more flexible with your schedule, or if you have some equipment laying around at home, we want to work with you. So we have the Team Builder app now that we can set people up, program delivered right to you, nutrition, any questions you might have. So any questions or interest in that, feel free to contact us on any platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, cantonbarbell.com. So thank you for watching. Any questions about anything, feel free to contact us, and we'll hope to see you soon.